Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into our channel again. We're thrilled to have you with us and hope you enjoy this episode's captivating book summary. Today, we're diving into Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, 2011, another genuinely inspiring and impactful read. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels us to keep creating more extraordinary content just for you. Hit that button, and let's dive right into it. 1. System 1 and System 2, the two modes of thinking. System 1 operates automatically and quickly, with little or no effort and no sense of voluntary control. System 2 allocates attention to the effortful mental activities that demand it, including complex computations. Dual process theory. Our thinking operates through two systems. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional, handling automatic processes like recognizing emotions or driving on familiar roads. System 2 is slower, deliberative, and logical, used for complex tasks like solving math problems or making difficult decisions. System 1 characteristics. Automatic and effortless. Always active. Generates impressions and feelings. Relies on learned associations and instincts. System 2 characteristics. Effortful and deliberate. Allocates mental resources. Can override System 1 when needed, though it requires effort. While System 2 often assumes it is in control, it frequently endorses System 1's automatic impressions, leading to biases and errors. 2. Cognitive ease and the illusion of understanding. A general law of least effort applies to cognitive as well as physical exertion. Cognitive ease. Our brains prefer information that is easy to process. This state of ease creates a sense of familiarity and truth. Conversely, cognitive strain, caused by complex or unfamiliar information, triggers increased vigilance and skepticism. Wysiady principle, what you see is all there is. System 1 focuses only on available information, ignoring what's missing. This leads to overconfidence in judgments. Simplistic explanations of complex events, hindsight bias. Suppression of doubt and ambiguity. Recognizing these tendencies can help us question assumptions and seek broader perspectives. 3. The anchoring effect, how initial information shapes judgment. The anchoring effect is a ubiquitous feature of human judgment. Anchoring bias, the first piece of information, the anchor, disproportionately influences subsequent judgments. For example, retail pricing was $100, now $70. Negotiations, initial salary offers shape final agreements. Mechanisms of anchoring. Insufficient adjustment, adjustments from the anchor are often too small. Priming effect, the anchor activates related information in our minds. To counter anchoring, consciously seek alternative information and challenge initial values. 4. Availability heuristic, judging frequency by ease of recall. The availability heuristic substitutes one question for another. How easy is it to recall examples? Explanation. We estimate the likelihood of events based on how easily examples come to mind. This often skews our perception. Overestimating rare, vivid events, e.g., plane crashes. Underestimating common, less memorable events, e.g., heart disease. Factors influencing availability. Recency of events. Emotional impact. Media coverage. To avoid availability bias, rely on objective data rather than vivid anecdotes. 5. Overconfidence and the illusion of validity. Confidence depends on the quality of the story we can tell, even with limited information. Overconfidence bias. People tend to overestimate their abilities and the accuracy of their judgments, driven by illusion of validity, belief in the accuracy of predictions despite weak evidence. Hindsight bias, viewing past events as more predictable than they were. Consequences. Poor decisions in investments, business, and planning. Underestimating risks. Strategies to mitigate overconfidence. Actively seek disconfirming evidence. Consider alternative explanations. Use statistical thinking. 6. Intuition versus formulas. When to trust expert judgment. Formulas often outperform expert judgment in low-validity environments. Limitations of intuition. Expert intuition works best in predictable environments with regular feedback. In complex or uncertain settings, simple statistical models often make better predictions. Examples where formulas excel. Medical diagnoses. College admissions decisions. Financial forecasting. To improve decisions, combine statistical tools with human expertise for nuanced contexts requiring creativity or ethical judgment. 7. Loss aversion and the endowment effect. Losses loom larger than gains. Loss aversion. People feel the pain of losing something more strongly than the pleasure of gaining something of equal value. This principle explains risk-averse behaviors, e.g., buying insurance. Reluctance to sell investments at a loss, disposition effect. Endowment effect. We overvalue things simply because we own them, leading to higher asking prices and reluctance to trade. Understanding these biases can lead to more rational decisions, especially in negotiations and pricing strategies. 8. Framing. How presentation affects decision-making. The way information is framed influences our preferences. Framing effects. Decisions are shaped by how information is presented, even if the facts remain the same. For example, gain versus loss framing, 90% survival rate versus 10% mortality rate. Positive versus negative framing, 95% fat-free versus 5% fat. To counter framing effects, reframe problems in multiple ways and focus on the underlying facts. 9. The fourfold pattern of risk attitudes. Prospect theory describes how people make decisions under risk and uncertainty. The fourfold pattern explains different attitudes toward risk. High probability gains, risk-averse, e.g., preferring $900 over a 90% chance of $1,000. Low probability gains, risk-seeking, e.g., buying lottery tickets. High probability losses, risk-seeking, e.g., gambling to avoid a certain loss. Low probability losses, risk-averse, e.g., buying insurance. This pattern highlights our tendency to overweight small probabilities and underweight large ones. 10. Mental accounting and emotional decision-making. Mental accounts are a form of narrow framing. Mental accounting. People categorize money into accounts, treating it differently based on its source or intended use. For example, overspending on credit cards while keeping savings untouched. Treating bonus money as less valuable than earned income. Recognizing this bias can lead to more rational financial decisions by focusing on overall wealth rather than arbitrary categories. About the author. Daniel Kahneman is a distinguished Israeli-American psychologist and economist, celebrated for his groundbreaking contributions to decision-making and behavioral economics. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences in 2002, Kahneman is best known for his collaboration with Amos Tversky, which led to the development of prospect theory and a deeper understanding of cognitive biases. As professor emeritus at Princeton University, Kahneman's research has profoundly impacted economics, psychology, and public policy. By integrating psychological insights into economic models, he has challenged traditional theories of rational decision-making, establishing himself as a central figure in bridging the disciplines of psychology and economics. In addition to Thinking, Fast and Slow, Kahneman authored two other notable books, including Noise, 2021, Choices, Values, and Frames, 2000, Attention and Effort, 1973. We hope you've enjoyed this book summary. Before you go, we'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your feedback by leaving a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give our videos a thumbs up, and share them with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us.